Hi everyone, I am here earlier today so I can get this video up. It's my husband's day off and I want to hang out with him. So I do have some cute things today though. We're going to focus on corners. I want to do a tag with a corner tuck, and I want to do a corner hugger. I've not done one of those before. So I think we'll start with a tag. This is a tag that is a cut from one of the background pages, and has the farmhouse on the bottom, some farm equipment shadows, illustrations at the top. I did print these out double-sided, as you can see in a minute. I just opened it in Photoshop Elements and pulled out one of the colors so that I could do a matching color on the back. That way I can ink around the edges, but I don't necessarily have to ink the whole thing or coffee dye it. So it's just easier for me, especially since I have the instant ink. I tell you, I'm loving that. Now that I've been printing more, they are sending ink on a pretty regular basis. I have about 7 ink cartridges in there right now, and they just sent me an email saying that they were sending more cartridges. So I usually have at least one, but sometimes 2 of each color ready to go. So that's convenient. The one complaint I have about my printer, it's a OfficeJet Pro, HP OfficeJet Pro 6968. The one complaint that I have is it doesn't warn me when I'm out of ink until I've printed, till it finishes a print job. So if I have set it to print 10 pages, the last 3 or 4 could be purple or green, and then it'll say, oh, you might want to check your ink status. So I wish that would flash up, but maybe that's just the way it is. So this is one of the journaling cards from the kit. This kit is Autumn Farms by My Old Barn Door, which is Diane Shaw, and she's Shawcraft1 on YouTube. And all I did was round one of the corners and then ink that corner. And I'm just going to, I put barely just enough glue to hold that on because I want to sew around here. So, and I'm just using tacky glue because I have a little bit of an easier time sewing through tacky glue than I do the clear gel. So, like I said, I barely put any on there, just enough to get it to stay, and actually, dries pretty quick. So, I am going to go sew around, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have sewn around. I started at the bottom and just went all the way around the card with a zigzag stitch. I have black in the top, and I have one of those pre-wound bobbins, so it's white in the bottom, but that just will sews on the tuck spot. And I want to put some of the, let me see if this is long enough. Yeah, should be. I've got these little scraps that I picked up, so I want to stick that. Oh, everyone texts me when I'm doing a video. Otherwise, nothing. Okay. So I just want to tie that at the top. And there we go. A tall tag with a corner tuck. And I think that'll be fun, and then I'll put another tag in here. So, yeah, that's cute. All right, so that's one. And then this one I had not seen before, and I saw it on Pink Oddbird. She's doing junk journal embellishments, collaged corner huggers is what she calls them. So, and I think she said she saw somebody else, or somebody else encouraged her to try them. So anyway, what I've done is I've taken some Reader's Digest book pages. You know, I have a ton of them. And I just am going to collage. Well, there's 2 layers here, and then I've just trimmed it down. This whole size is about 5.5, and then I folded it. Oh, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Okay, and then I folded it. The width is 4.5. Folded it so that I have 2.5 inches on this side. Okay, so 2.5, no, 2.25 on this side and 3.25 on that side. And the main reason for that is that it's easier to get on your corner if this back piece is a little shorter. So what I'm going to do is just collage on the front, put a little bit on the back, and then sew around the corner, depending on which corner you want it to be on. So I've got some stuff here. This is just a piece off one of the background pages. And I'm going to use my glue stick, which I don't use a lot, but I am going to use it today because number one, I want it to dry really quickly. But number two, I just want it to hold it in place long enough for me to get to the sewing machine. So I am going to put this piece of paper here, just like so. And then I put a little bit too much glue, so I'm going to rub that off a little bit because I want to add some ink around the edge. It pretty much just rolls right off there. Yeah. So I'm going to trim the bottom. Okay. And then I want to just take my ink and go around the edge here. I'm not going to necessarily cover up the words completely. You can. Basically, that's just a structural piece that start with the book pages. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish inking around the edges there. And I'll do the same thing here. It's a little bit easier to ink it before you glue everything down. Okay. Then I am just going to add some collage pieces. So I've got fabric, burlap, some lace trim, couple lace trims. I've got a daisy, and I'm not sure that those will stick down with the glue stick, so I'm going to use a little tacky glue for that. So I think I'm going to start with this fabric. I'm just going to, because I'm not necessarily going to sew over all these pieces, but I do want it to stick. I'll sew over a little bit of them, but not the whole thing. So if some words are peeking out behind there, that's quite all right. All right, so I'm going to pull off some of these outside pieces on this burlap. I think that's good. And I'm going to put that up here. Now, because the burlap's thicker, it just needs a little bit more tacky glue to hold it. And I think I am gonna, I'm gonna sew through here with maybe well, I'll probably just use the serpentine stitch. I have used that to quilt a whole quilt, and I love it. Okay, so there we go. Now, let's see. Put this lace here, and hopefully that will stick. I'm going to be putting this here on top, but I'm going to wait until after I sew to put that on. So for right now, I'm just going to put that. And I'm going to run some lace along here. Let's see. A little bit long. And then I can cut that piece off. Okay. Now, I want to put, I've done one. I'm trying to do this one the opposite. My brain isn't necessarily wanting to work backwards today. So, all right, let's put this, because I want to put one in each signature. Okay. When I'm doing a one signature journal, then I'll usually put, you know, one on each end. But if I'm doing two signatures, I try to put one in each signature at least. There we go. I guess it doesn't really matter if this hangs over a little bit, but it's got some stringy bits. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's it for that side. And then on this side, I'm going to open this up and make it a little bit easier. I'm going to put this piece, let me ink around the edges here. It's got a little bit of distressing. Actually, this color matches perfectly with the color. It's kind of almost yellowy. The color that's on the paper itself. Okay. So, actually I could use the glue stick for this. I think it'll get a little bit faster dry that way. Maybe. Okay. Put this here on the corner. Okay, and then I've got this piece of lace, and we'll stick this on this side here. I know that's not going to stick with this glue stick, and I know everybody raves about this Uhu. It doesn't work any better for me than anything else, so I think it's because I always have the fan on in here, and it just dries too quickly. So, okay. So let's go. I do want that to dry a little bit. So I don't want to put a lot on there, just enough to hold it till I get to the sewing machine. There we go. I was going to try and get a couple of videos finished today. My kids have so much running around to do during the week that my videos seem to be getting later and later. So I made a commitment to do 60 videos in a row. My daughter challenged me. She said, why don't you try doing like a video every day for 30 days? And I'm like, okay. I said, I'll do 60. Well, I'm on day I think I'm on day 36 or something. So, or 38. So we'll see. So I'm trying to get in there, get things done. And it also, you know, it keeps me from leaving these journals just sitting here and not doing anything with them. At least they're not getting done quickly, but they're getting done. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew, I'll probably do a serpentine stitch all the way down here, and then I will sew around across the top and down the side so that I can stick it on the corner, and then I'll come back and I'll put the daisy on. So I'm going to go sew around and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have sewn the serpentine stitch while it was open down the middle, and then I just sewed across the top on the left hand side because I have two, and one will be on the left, one will be on the right. So I just want to attach that daisy, oops, get on there, and then I'm going to put an extra little blingy bit over there. So I'm going to attach that there, and I'm going to use one of these smaller rhinestones for over here. Just like that. So I will show you how this fits on a page. Let me set that over there for a second. I have a scrap here that I was using for this. Will go, and because it's shorter, it'll be a little bit easier to get over, just over the corner, just like that. And you can use it as a tuck spot on both sides, so that'll be neat. I like that. And I will leave the link to the video on Pink Oddbird so that you can see how she did hers. She collaged mostly with fabric. She did one that was all paper, but then she did most of them with lots of different fabrics and things. And yeah, so I think those turned out pretty cool. Be a nice addition to our journal, and being consistent with the fabrics and such that we're using. So yeah, so I've got a left and a right there, and then we've got these with the corner tucks, and that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.